Trinity B1 ISE 1 4 Skills Test, SELT Secure English Language Tests, B1 English Test ISE 1 Skilled Worker, Health and Care Worker, Scale-Up Worker, Student Visas.
Yes. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Let's start with our session for today. I'll start with speaking and listening. Okay? Can you see that? This is the test that you're going to book. Trinity College London, ISE 1B1.
Okay.
Okay? You can see this? This is for skilled worker, health and care worker, scale-up worker, student visas.
Yes.
So what topic would you like to choose for yourself, like hobbies or for speaking? Because there in this test, there's a topic that you have to decide.
Anything you want.
No, you suggest. I think hobbies is good. Do you have any free time activities? Do you think things that you like to do?
My free time hobbies. I have so many free time hobbies. Watching TV, watching movie in my free time, and
TV.
sometime I'm making a websites in my free times. I'm a web developer also.
Okay, making websites.
Yes.
More.
And cooking food in my free time sometime.
Mm. And
in my free time going outside.
do you want me to write outdoor activities or going outside?
Yes.
Do you want me to write?
Outdoor activities like खाना खाने के लिए बाहर चले जाते हैं, मतलब उसको
I think let's do eating out. Let's do eating out.
Eating out. Yes.
And
eating out.
Okay, can I try this? For example, if we have these 4 topics here, the test is only 6 minutes long, sir. How long it is? 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yes, the test is
Just
over 6 minutes.
Only speaking.
Yes,
we have
speaking
time
is over
only 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Any. Yes.
6 minutes for speaking and then 10 to 12 minutes for listening.
Okay. So.
Ready?
Ready.
This is Trinity College London, ISE 1 B1. My name's Angelina. What's your name?
My name is Mubashir Hassan Qureshi.
Okay. What's your topic's title for today?
My topic is eating out.
When examiner will say, what's your topic's title? Your topic's title is my hobbies. Okay?
My hobbies.
When examiner will say, what are your 4 topic points? You will say watching TV, making websites, cooking food, eating out.
Okay. The examiner also asked the hobby, the hobby sub branch. She asked, he asked. First of all, my
question,
hobbies.
what's your topic's title? You will say my topic's title is hobbies. Can I write for you so that you could remember? First question examiner will ask is, what is your topic of title? Topic of title. And you can say my my topic of title is, or you can say my topic's title, whatever is easy for you. My topic of title is my hobbies. Okay, is my hobbies. My hobbies. Then examiner will say,
Yes.
what are your 4 topic points? What are your
Okay.
4 topic points?
Okay.
My 4 topic points are
My 4 topic points are eating out, watching TV, cooking food, sometimes cooking food and making a website.
sometimes
The
वाला फिर निकाल देना, कोई ऐसा करें जो आपको अच्छा लगता है.
I love to cook food in my free times.
Okay, so cooking food. Not like this. You just need to tell the 4 points. Okay. What are your 4 topic points? Watching TV, making websites, cooking food, and eating out. Right? Then examiner
Okay.
will ask you more questions for 6 minutes. Once again, can I start?
Yes.
Okay. This is Trinity College London, ISE 1B1. My name's Angelina, and I'm your examiner for your spoken exam today for skilled worker visa. What's your full name?
My name is Mubashir Hassan Qureshi.
What's your topic's title for today?
The hobbies. My hobbies.
Okay. What are your 4 topic points?
My 4 topic is the eating out, watching TV, cooking food, and making websites.
Okay. How often do you make websites?
Usually I have work with my clients. Sometimes they give me websites, one in a month, or sometimes 2 in a month. But usually when I'm free, I'm making website in my free time. Uh, every day, 1 or 2 hours I'm giving on this. Otherwise, I have lot of work in my whole day. 12 hours my 10 hours my shift, and 4 hours my journey time. So after this, I have a time to make a websites only on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. After that, in the 5 days, I'm very busy in my work.
Okay.
That's it.
What kind of things do you like to watch on TV?
Why I came to see on TV in my free time some vloggers like in Pakistani and the other countries, the news channels, travel
Okay.
vlogging. I like to see the Ibrar wilderness.
Hmm.
He he travel a lot on his bike
Hmm.
all the world.
Hmm.
He's very good vlogger. That's why I'm watching this type of vlogging. So I love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, all right. Could you please tell me what kind of food do you like to eat out?
Yeah, I love desi foods. I I always seeking the desi food. I don't like the junk food. I always go outside with my family or with my friends. I always the Pakistani typical Pakistani food. I searching for that. I never eat the McDonald's, KFC like this. The junk food like I always like barbecues, the Afghani, the something else, but especially in desi.
Okay, all right. Do you know how to cook?
Yes, I know. I cook very well because I lived abroad so many years. First of all, I lived 4 years in Dubai, and after that, I come to London. So the when you are alone in home, not every day you go outside and eating out. It is not good for your health. It is our necessity to cook inside the house, cook yourself for your good health.
Good. Would you rather eat out your favorite food or cook it at home?
Uh, I prefer to cook the food at home, my favorite food, like the Afghani curry.
All right. How did you learn to make it?
How did you make
How
it?
did you learn to make it?
On YouTube. I learn the cooking through the YouTube every time. So many bloggers, the cooking channels, so many bloggers cooking the cooking tell us the cooking methods, the different ways. So which one you like better, you adopt it and make it. Sometimes it's become bad, sometimes it's very good. We learn a lot.
Okay. What kind of restaurants do you like to eat out at?
The especially here in London, so many choices. We have Turkish, we have Afghani, we have Kurdish, Somalian, every kind of food. But I most like the Afghani, and the second one is Turkish food.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is the end of part one of the conversation. Okay. Now I will do another conversation with you. This is a topic that is chosen by the examiner, and the topic chosen by me is rules at your work. Could you please tell me what are the rules at your work? The first part is for 4 minutes, and you've done a good job. You will get a distinction in your speaking. You're so good. Now we'll have a conversation with each other. We're going to have a small talk, and we will be talking about rules at your work. It's a 2 minutes conversation. I want you to tell me about rules at your work.
Okay.
Gee, tell me some rules at your work.
My I'm working as a at a time I'm working two things. First of all, I'm full time working as a security door supervisor at TSS. My parent company is TSS. I'm working at the Primark Kingston. There is very my duty is the secure the store, each and everything. There are a lot of shoplifters, and we secure the all the time. We are standing. We are working with five number of guards there, and one of the guard standing all the time at the door. We have two doors there. So all the time, the 2 guards standing at the door and rest 3 working inside the store, patrolling. They saw anything and inform us on the radio, and we stop and ask for the receipts. There's something they not going out without billing. So we stop them and hold the item, which one they not paid. And the other thing, first of all, I start our duty morning, open the store, open the elevators, and checking all the 5 doors. There are so many. We have 4 floor in the Primark Kingsland. We have 4 floor, and there is around 15 to 16 5 doors. Every day when we start job in morning, we check all the 5 doors, security alarm, then we start our duty. And it's too long, 10-hour duty. After that, when we close the store, we shut all the doors, all the shutters. When the Primark, Primark staff is going out after finishing his duty, we check their stuff also. If the managers go, the store managers go outside, we check the stuff also. He love to do that. I never seen like this.
Are there any rules at
I
work
love,
that you would like to change?
not. I'm very junior in this field, so I'm not supposed to tell you any change. I learner of the. I start my job around 6 months before, so they have my senior have experience. They have a rule. I adopted.
Can you ask me 1 or 2 questions about rules at my work?
You. I'm asking you.
Yes.
Please tell me the 1 or 2 rules about your work.
Rule number 1 is giving answer to all the candidates who are asking through emails or voice messages or messages, like replying to them. That's rule number 1. Like immediately I try to reply as soon as I can. And rule number 2 is giving class every day. Thank you.
Only
1 more question. 1 more question.
I'm asking 1 more question to you.
Yes.
And tell me about your hobbies.
About rules at work.
About rules and any other rules about your work. You want to change it, that you want to do this.
I just want to be able to have more patience because not everybody is kind and nice. So I think so listening to people, even if they have to say something bad, I should make this rule to just listen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is the end of the speaking test and you've passed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now I'm gonna go with the listening task. Get a paper and a pen for yourself. I will be playing some recordings for you. This is part 1 of listening. You're allowed to take notes here. And you would be able to hear the recording twice. Once you've heard, then I'll ask you 6 questions about the recording. I'm going to play some recording about, I'm going to play a recording about crane flies. Okay? I want you to listen to the recording twice and then take your notes for yourself and then answer 6 questions.
ISE 1. Task 1.
OK, so what's a crane fly? Does anybody know? In fact, they're often called daddy longlegs, and that tells you something about what they look like. They look like rather large mosquitoes, but they've got very, very long legs. Their legs often break off because they're so long and fragile. There are over 14,000 different species of crane fly in the world, but I'm going to concentrate on European crane flies. The adults hatch in September, after they've lived under the ground for almost a year as larvae. That's young insects. If it's been a warm but rainy summer, then you get very high numbers of crane flies. Adult crane flies only live for about 2 weeks. The female adults lay their eggs under the surface of the soil and the cycle begins again. People think that they're not very useful for anything, but in fact animals such as spiders and birds like them because they can eat them. They're also useful because in their young form they eat dead plants, and so they improve the quality of the soil.
Now listen again.
OK, so what's a crane fly? Does anybody know? In fact, they're often called daddy longlegs, and that tells you something about what they look like. They look like rather large mosquitoes, but they've got very, very long legs. Their legs often break off because they're so long and fragile. There are over 14,000 different species of crane fly in the world, but I'm going to concentrate on European crane flies. The adults hatch in September, after they've lived under the ground for almost a year as larvae. That's young insects. If it's been a warm but rainy summer, then you get very high numbers of crane flies. Adult crane flies only live for about 2 weeks. The female adults lay their eggs under the surface of the soil and the cycle begins again. People think that they're not very useful for anything, but in fact animals such as spiders and birds like them because they can eat them. They're also useful because in their young form they eat dead plants, and so they improve the quality of the soil.
I will ask you some questions about crane flies.
Yes.
ISE.
The recording played once or twice? I think once only. Listen to it
No,
one more
twice.
time. Okay, play twice.
Twice.
Okay. Okay. Could you please tell me what do crane flies look like?
The flies look like the bigger than the mosquitoes, with the long legs.
How many species of crane fly are there in the world?
14,000 species.
When do adult crane flies hatch?
Warm rainy season.
For how long do adult crane flies live?
Sorry.
For how long do adult crane flies live?
Again, sorry.
For how long do adult crane flies live?
14,000? No, no. Eat them. I don't.
They live for 2 weeks, sir. Which animals eat crane flies?
Only 2 weeks they live.
Which animals eat crane flies?
I only the words of note. I'm making the note only the animal. I missed that 2, 3. I think.
Okay, can you tell me what do young crane flies eat?
The last part, the eat them. I missed that also.
Okay, no problem. Let me play one more for you. Okay, now this time I'll play twice. Take your notes carefully. Okay, you need to get at least 3 answers correct. I'm going to play a recording about Henri Matisse.
So
Listen
how
to
many
it twice.
questions are my question
6.
is only two. 2 question is correct now.
Correct. Yes, 2 correct. Okay, you need to get 3 correct actually. So I'm going to play a recording about Burlington Arcade. Listen to the recording and tell me, and then I will ask you 6 questions.
ISE 1, Task 1.
The oldest shopping centre in London is the Burlington Arcade. It's a narrow street with a roof and small shops on either side. The shops sell mainly expensive things such as handmade shoes and jewellery. A very rich man built it in 1819. He wanted to build a shopping street next to his large house because people were throwing rubbish into his garden, but this soon stopped them. It's very quiet and peaceful in the arcade, and this is because there are some very strange rules. For example, you can't carry large objects, play a musical instrument, run or sing. Also, you can't open an umbrella. The Beadles, who are a kind of private police force, walk up and down the arcade. They have to wear long coats and tall black hats. If you break the rules, the Beadles can make you go outside. You need a lot of money to shop in the arcade. 4 million visitors come to the arcade every year, but most of them don't buy anything. They just like to look around and have a quiet break.
Now listen again.
The oldest shopping centre in London is the Burlington Arcade. It's a narrow street with a roof and small shops on either side. The shops sell mainly expensive things such as handmade shoes and jewellery. A very rich man built it in 1819. He wanted to build a shopping street next to his large house because people were throwing rubbish into his garden, but this soon stopped them. It's very quiet and peaceful in the arcade, and this is because there are some very strange rules. For example, you can't carry large objects, play a musical instrument, run or sing. Also, you can't open an umbrella. The Beadles, who are a kind of private police force, walk up and down the arcade. They have to wear long coats and tall black hats. If you break the rules, the Beadles can make you go outside. You need a lot of money to shop in the arcade. 4 million visitors come to the arcade every year, but most of them don't buy anything. They just like to look around and have a quiet break.
Okay, now I'll ask you some questions about Burlington Arcade.
Yes. Sure.
What can you buy in the Burlington Arcade?
Shoes and jewelry. Very expensive are they?
When was the Burlington Arcade built?
1890.
Okay, and why did the rich man build the Burlington Arcade?
Because he wanted to in front of the house there is so many garbage. That's why he built.
What is one of the rules of the arcade?
You don't carry the big object and loud music. can't open the umbrellas.
What happens if you break a rule in Burlington Arcade?
The security person kick out.
How many people visit the Burlington Arcade every year?
More than 4 million.
That is correct, sir. Now I'm going to play another recording. This is part 2 of listening. In this part of the test, you're going to listen to a recording and not take any notes. Once you've heard, I would ask you and tell me in few words what is this recording about, okay? Just in few words.
I'm not making the notes right now.
No notes, yes.
ISE 1. Task 2.
Colour films are older than you think. Did you know that even some silent movies were made in colour? One of the most popular films of all time was a silent movie called A Trip to the Moon. It was made in France in 1902. The film is a story about a group of people who fly to the moon and meet strange insects living there. Most films at this time were only in black and white, but A Trip to the Moon was special. It was sent to Paris to be made into a colour film. To make it colour, each part of the film had to be painted with coloured paints and brushes. It took 200 people to finish the work. For a long time, people thought that this film was lost. But in 1993, a copy of it was found. You can now see the film in colour in a museum in Spain.
ना शुरू कर देते हैं उसकी जो उसने बातें की मैं बस सवाल दे रहने देते या जो मैंने बोला हुआ था तब कैसे तो वो करने की कोशिश कर क्योंकि जो Can you please tell me in few words what is this recording about? Sir, could you please tell me in few words what is this recording about?
This movie regarding the notes about this movie about the who go the moon, the black and white movie, there is no voice. That this movie is also in black and white, in very old movies. This movie is making for the who go the in space. I can't, which I understand, I think.
Thank you. Now listen again and take your notes. You're allowed to write your notes now. Once you've heard the recording, then you have to tell me 6 things about the recording. Let's listen.
ISE 1. Task 2.
Colour films are older than you think. Did you know that even some silent movies were made in colour? One of the most popular films of all time was a silent movie called A Trip to the Moon. It was made in France in 1902. The film is a story about a group of people who fly to the moon and meet strange insects living there. Most films at this time were only in black and white, but A Trip to the Moon was special. It was sent to Paris to be made into a colour film. To make it colour, each part of the film had to be painted with coloured paints and brushes. It took 200 people to finish the work. For a long time, people thought that this film was lost. But in 1993, a copy of it was found. You can now see the film in colour in a museum in Spain.
Now, could you please tell me 6 facts about the recording?
I will tell you 6 points of the recording. I will tell you. You
Yes,
you
please.
will ask me.
You will tell me by yourself.
The silent movie, the older than the color movies. One. This movie is made for the fly to the moon. The first time this movie is made 1992, 1902, and is made in Paris. And the one point is the 600 people's making for this movie. And the one point is 1903. I don't know what is this.
Okay, that's fine. Keep going.
And they're making the movie through the brushes, color. They're coloring the with the brush.
Okay, very nice. Can I ask you some more follow-up questions about it? I will ask you 1 or 2 more questions about the color films.
Yeah.
Could you please tell me about some silent films made in color? Could you please tell me when was the first film found?
92.
Okay, and where can you see the film now?
In Paris.
Okay, how many people painted the film?
600 people.
Not 600 there.
I think all the answer is wrong now.
You need to take no. Earlier they were all right, but 1993 is also wrong. You said 1902. I think you should work on this, sir, because the information that you give me for listening, that's not okay. Like answers to the questions, but the 6 points were good.
Mm.
You have passed your listening, by the way. Speaking is a distinction, listening is a merit.